much, everyone. It's really exciting to be here with these people who do not talk about innovation and changing the game, but who do actually go and change the game. So, and they all have in common something with our university, that is the idea that we have to innovate in the way we teach and also how we think about education, not having just a place where students sit passively and listen to teachers, but where you can also build your own ideas, your startups, you can be connected with investors, with business angels, with experts, and create your own ideas. So that's why, building on that idea, I would like to briefly every one of the panelists to introduce themselves and especially the project that they are leading. Ibai, what can you tell us about Team Labs, please?
So, well, Team Labs is a learning lab. Our most impactful project is that we run an official bachelor degree. It's a 4-year study program. We have 3,000 students. And our students, since they start in the first year of university, they create real companies. And they need to invoice at least 150,000 euros in order to accomplish the 4 years program. It's one of the objectives they need to accomplish, right? So they not only learn by doing, but they learn by building. They travel the world. In the first year, they go for 1 month to Helsinki or Berlin. Second year, they go for 1 month to San Francisco or New York. In the third year, they go for 4 months to Asia, China, India, and Korea. And well, you know that in Spain we have a big pain, that is the youth unemployment. So in our bachelor degree, we are really proud that the 97% of our students, they get employed. 1/3 of them, they build their own startups. 2/3 of them, they join corporations. So actually the origin of this methodology is in Finland with Team Academy. The Mondragon University bring it to Spain with the idea of feeding the companies with a profile that maybe is not the one that we form in the traditional business administration studies. Well, in Team Labs, apart from this bachelor degree, we help other universities accomplish pedagogical transformations. So, for instance, we have been working with Tecnológico de Monterrey, Politécnico de Milán, or CEU San Pablo. We have been for 3 years working in transforming the academic memoria of all their bachelor degrees, a project that has involved 17 faculties, more than 700 professors, so quite a big scale. And we also accompany corporations such as, well, IKEA, Google Spain, Repsol, Ferrovial, very oriented of linking the business with the learning. No? So we are not a consultancy because we care a lot about the learning of the teams, but we are not only giving a training because we care about the results of the business. So that's mainly what we are.
To begin with, just to begin with. Thank you so much, Ibai. Javier, as the CEO of a life science and tech hub, what are those hubs that you are creating in Tres Cantos? What are they doing?
We are Masid. Masid is the first 100% private funded life science and innovation hub in Spain. So we created that 1.5 years ago. Our mission is to give a space to all the companies from startups to the highest evolution to be the place where they can develop their business and their projects in Madrid. We are headquarters of several biotech, innovation, microchips, etc. companies that this is the place where they develop. We are ecosystem where companies can develop the relationship with others, with even investors in the growth. We have a big incubator for new companies of the biotech world, where they can grow. And then in our world, the most important thing is that the companies can start from 40 square meters to where they want to arrive, because we want to help them in the growth and from this moment to the end. At the same time, for us, it's key the education. So in fact, in our 2 districts, we are in Fuencarral district in Madrid and in Tres Cantos. We already have some clients who are companies of this very linked to health in the education. But we are having several conversations with universities to be the place, because the ecosystem is growing itself through all the connections that we are doing, and obviously the companies that are living with us in all the different verticals, they need new people and they need talent. And the good thing is that Spain in all the things of science, innovation, the human talent that we have is amazing. It's excellent.
That's great. We will be talking about about partnerships and ecosystems, but before, Carla, what is CDTM doing in Valencia?
Yeah. CDTM stands for Center for Digital Technology and Management, and it actually was born in Munich, in Germany. It offers an add-on study program to university students and offers a leading program in technology management, very focused on entrepreneurship and innovation. It is a very interdisciplinary program and works very hands-on. I think we will talk about it later more in detail. And in the past 25 years, where it has been around in Germany, it has had quite a track record of having more than 250 startups being built of alumni of CDTM, of which 7 have already reached the status of unicorn. And seeing how this has impacted so well the German ecosystem, we started thinking how this impact could be developed into other European ecosystems. And since the beginning of this year, we've been tapping into the Spanish ecosystem and moved to Valencia to start building up there a new CDTM place to offer this opportunity also to this ecosystem here.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And now let's go to funding. Marie, what can you tell us about Edu Capital?
So, hello everybody, I'm Marie. I'm working for Edu Capital. Edu Capital is a Paris-based VC fund. So basically we are the largest European fund dedicated to edtech and future of work, meaning we invest in early stage rounds of startup reshaping the future of education and work. We have 200 million asset under management. We have done 32 investments so far, including Prapley in Spain or Labster in Copenhagen, 360 Learning in France. Yes, that's basically where we are.
Okay, so thank you very much. So as you can see, we have new ways of learning. We have new ways to connect to the reality and also to create your own business when just beginning to be a student, how to connect with investors. So what I would like to know is, which is the value, which is the strategy, what is new, what's success? Marie, Ibai?
Well, I could take like 3. Mm-hmm. In Team Labs, we define ourselves as a radical learning lab. And it is true that our students are not the students, the professors are not professors, we don't have normal installations. So maybe one of the key ingredients is that we are a multi-local project. So we have 7 campuses in Spain. 3 of them are in the Basque Country, run by the Mondragon University. Then we have a campus in Madrid, in Barcelona, Malaga, and Valencia. And then 2 international campuses, one in Puebla, in Mexico, and one in Seoul, in Korea. So our students are part of a movement and a network that is international, and this is something that is quite interesting. As I told before, they are traveling the world in their 4th year program. So that's one key ingredient. Another one is this idea of the learning by billing, right? Mm-hmm. So there is a lot of experiences of how we train students around entrepreneurship. But this is quite different from the idea of, okay, let's start a company from scratch. Let's put some basic ingredients in the table, and let's really learn by doing and by billing. So when they really faced this need of continuously identify problems on potential solutions, when they do their business proposals, when they go out there to sell, they develop certain skills more intensely than that they do if we face it from a theoretical approach, right? And maybe the third one is that we believe in the teams. That's why we are team labs, right? So this experience is a community-driven experience and where the team learning happens. So we divide all of our students into groups of 20. These 20, they create company. So a company is kind of an umbrella where they develop from 6 to 10 projects at the same time. These projects, some of them, they don't success in terms of economy, but they are learning a lot of what's happening in the different projects around them. And this is feeding a lot. And actually the relation between them is not only that we are colleagues in the university and in the campus, but we are business partners. So this incentivate a lot the attitude, the self-esteem, the discipline, which is very needed in order to really motivate and engage with the learning, which is the most important thing, right?
Yeah. So they experience. They don't just listen, but they experience, and they are the starting of that learning. That's amazing. Marie?
As a NetTech focused fund, we don't believe there's just one innovative solution. So basically, we've been investing in a diverse number of different approaches. But we believe in two things, that technology is what enables education to scale, really, because we know how the traditional education is limited by, the building, the number of teachers or professors. So with technology, we see that really we can do proper global platforms. So we have invested in, for example, market tutoring, tutor marketplaces like Prattley with 260,000 monthly active users, which is amazing, but also some social networks in students, and the community aspect is huge. In less than 18 months, they have grown to 6 million students on the platform all across Europe. Yeah, that's amazing. So that's the power of technology in education. But we also believe that technology not only helps scaling education and making education available to the many, which is really important as an impact fund, but also we believe that it brings more engagement in the way we learn and teach. And so in that aspect, from the time of the MOOCs, so there's been a lot of innovation since. So whether it be the cohort-based learning, like we see as pretty efficient for what we call K-12, what the students are quite young, so they still need cohort-based because we think it's important for them to work together. So that's why we invested in a company like Codery, making online coding courses for younger teenagers. But also community-driven for lifelong learning. We think it's key. So we see the power of it with a company called Female Invest in Denmark, where they really help in the very long term. People keep learning along the journey of our life. And we see these communities of women all across Europe that have now 37,000 subscribers in 100 countries, but they all relate at a point because they have this community. So that's the kind of example and innovation we see in the way we teach that really important on the peer-to-peer learning that we saw with Now Unity, for example.
Thank you so much. You've been talking about lifelong learning. For us here, lifelong learning is about energizing and dynamizing the individual, yourself, then your team, then your company, and then the ecosystem that you are working in, the professional ecosystem, because we find out that with global challenge, we need to be partnering with people that are more agile than us and that can be complementary to us. So the next question is for Carla and for Javier about, okay, how do you deal with partnerships and how do you build the ecosystem, the successful ecosystem that you are doing?
So at CDTM, our vision is to connect, educate, and empower the innovators of tomorrow. And through the educational program that we've created, it's all based on partnerships. We see that through partnerships and collaborating with the right people is how state-of-the-art education, but also innovation can be really fostered. And at the core of CDTM is really collaboration. It started from a collaboration or a partnership between the Technical University of Munich and the Ludwig Maximilian University of Munich, because they saw that interdisciplinarity was key for bringing forward innovation. So that was the core of how it started, already in partnerships. But from that, it grows way beyond academic partnerships, because what CDTM does is in all the courses that students work in, they directly collaborate with project partners from the industry. So we collaborate with big corporates, with startups, with NGOs, with SMEs, and we try to push students into this mindset of working directly on real-world problems that these companies have, but also companies to have an outside perspective on their own problems, and be able to have this connection to young, very motivated talent that is disrupting the space. Furthermore, also our lecturers are not traditional professors, but we really bring in industry experts who have been doing their share in their own industry and pushing forward their own skills so that they can teach it to the new generations. And this keeps on renewing every semester. So every semester we're looking at what are the needs actually, what has changed in the technical space so that they are still up to date what students are learning. And that's another part where we collaborate. And then we always take care of the ecosystem we are around, so also organizing speaker series and different event formats so that the whole ecosystem can connect with each other. So we're also very connected to VCs, to angel investors, to other public and private institutions that want to get near our students, also for potential future founders, and make the ecosystem grow together. And in this sense, that's how we see that education to move forward and how innovation will move forward. And as I mentioned before, we're just also arriving in Spain, and we're looking for all these amazing companies out there and amazing personalities who want to share their experiences and their knowledge, and then want to collaborate with this young talents and students. So very happy to chat about potential partnerships.
Thank you so much. That's really generous. Yeah. Javier, what about you?
I mean, as we said, we are a proper ecosystem. So what is clear with us, and we have some educative institutions already in our hub. So I think this is something absolutely necessary, because traditionally, as you know, in Spain, the education was something isolated to the companies. And above all, when you talk about life science, innovation, technology, the companies need quality. And we, in the conversations we have and the way we work with these universities, institutions, is like a partnership in the meaning that we want them to be with us all the adventure, to adapt all the needs that they have, to connect them with the companies, to do a plan with them for the students from the moment they have to start doing internships and doing things, and then at the same time with our program that we have with our B incubator and this stuff. So all the people, when they finish, they can do there, and they can grow and create their own companies. We are very happy because we see that the world of education, when we told them that what we are doing, they say, well, it's the place where things are going to happen, in both places, and in Tres Cantos and Fuencarral. And in both places, we have the collaboration of the local municipalities, that this is essential to connect you with all the ecosystem of education and companies. And at some point, it's amazing how simple things happen when you push all the different actors, no? The authorities, the universities, the academia, with the companies. No? And you see that when you work with the companies that we're working now, that they need people every day. So one of our companies, they told us that they have permanently like 100 vacancies. And the problem is that they need this
kind of profile.
And when you create that ecosystem with all these things, with all these companies, the education, so at some point you want to feed them, no? And the good thing is that you have to make things easy for the companies, for the institutions, for the people, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is the people. And when all these things happen, and you are the place where things are happening, and you are providing this, So everybody is happy with you, and they want to come with us because they see that Masid is the place where things are happening. No?
Wonderful.
And above all, that as we are private, so we are not limited in terms of time or space. So if somebody wants to join us because they want to come to our ecosystem and somebody's here, they can call us. We are in the stand 148. We help them to grow, and we can expand and do what they want to do. So,
Thank you so much. So this is the scenario we are having. So we have learning by doing, where students are not passive anymore. They build their own ideas. They have the responsibility to build their own ideas. They are in contact with investors, with experts, with an ecosystem that can make true what they are envisioning, that can help them to fail fast and cheap and go on. And then, when everything is moving forward and we are, wow, this is okay, then artificial intelligence arrives and there is a disruption. So, now what? We say we are innovators, so this is the next question. How do you embrace artificial intelligence? Which are the opportunities, and how do you consider the ethical dilemmas? Something that you have been seeing in the previous panel. Ibai, for you.
Well, I will be fast. I have like 2 ideas around AI, and for our case. I think that AI gives us the opportunity of really increasing the standard of quality of the delivery of the students. So if we were asking for this in a book essay, now we need to ask for this. Yeah. So we need to train them to do the correct questions, to really be engaged, right? I think that also how for example, like ChatGPT works is like, it's really interesting because they are really impatient. And this is something we need to train. But at the same time, with ChatGPT, this impatience is like they really have fast feedback and they can go through, they really can learn a lot. So I think it's a great example of how we can really increase the level. And the second idea, more related to ethics, I believe that at the end of the day, I know the implications of the AI, of course, no one knows. But if we are able to propose business models that they're in the market, the society of consumption, we transform our role and we evolve as customers, I believe, or I have the hope that we will also transform the offers, and the ethical implications of the AI maybe are not so disconnected as the implications of the internet in general with the ethics. I know that Harari is not agree with these declarations that he recently has done. But
Okay, we'll see. Marie, you wanted to add something on this?
No, but for us as investors, we see it as a huge opportunity, especially in education. We think education is one of the, maybe the first vertical that would be really, that will benefit from AI. We really think it's going to be a good thing for education in the sense that it's take one step further what I was saying at the beginning, bringing education at scale, because it's the dream of having one teacher for one student. Basically, if you think about speech recognition for children is really progressing very fast, and it could help having more personal feedback, and I'm also not speaking about personal adaptive learning, which was already a thing before generative AI, so we think room for improvement of personalized one-to-one feedback, whether it be speech recognition, chatbot, or any type of this thing. And also for higher education, it's a great tool for teachers or training organization, and a lot of our portfolio companies are working on accelerating the feedback. Instead of waiting a few weeks having the feedback from your teachers on your wall, you could have, I don't say they would do 100% of the feedback, but they can help the teacher give like the first 80% of the feedback on the basic, and then the teacher can focus on the last mile as they have feedback. And also we see also portfolio companies are working on improving the assessment, the skill assessment, because we are all speaking about like stackability of learning, having lifelong skills improvement and stuff. So if you can start having a better intelligence around skill mapping and skill assessment, that would be great, and help take really that dream of skills-based education, skills-based learning to the next level. That would be great. So we are hugely excited about AI at EduCapital, and we know it's early, and there's not like one company that will. It's like all edtech company will be able to go further in their vision of what they want to deliver. So it's more, a fight of accelerating new features, new project inside edtech companies.
So this is it. Believe it or not, we spent our half an hour. We did the whole overview, and we are moving forward to see what will happen with artificial intelligence and the opportunities it will bring. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.